Oh, I didn't see you there. So I was going through a quick read of novel by Charles Dickens named Great Expectations. You might have heard of it. And I was thinking to myself, why do atheists always seem to say that randomness can create order, that all of this stuff came out randomly? So, in terms of this novel, what relates it to that? So, basically, this novel is in English language and it is made up of 24 letters of the alphabet. These 24 letters can be combined to form more than 16 million combinations. Now, do you really think that the novel this big came about randomly and not by the works of a single man in only a span of, let's say, 3 to 5 years? Do you really think it's probable? Or can you imagine anything of human experience that came about by random chance? I'll let you think about it for a while.
قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين.
And welcome back. So, do you think of anything? If not, let's move forward. This novel, even if no name was mentioned here, like Charles Dickens was erased here and no quotation from the author was mentioned here, you'd know this was written by a human being because this is a conscious idiom. And if you want another example, let me give you one. So imagine you are in a kitchen. There is water there is milk, and there is tea. And the stove is there, the gas is there, flame match is there, everything that is needed, necessary to make a single cup of tea is there. And you sit there in the middle of the kitchen on a chair for trillion of years. Can you ever imagine a cup of coffee made perfectly as you want it to be and handed to you on the table? Can you imagine that? Can you conceive of that? No. For a cup of coffee, it requires design. You need a special amount of water, a special amount of milk, a special amount of tea, and you need to cook it at specific temperature, specific time, and then you have a perfect tea. But when you leave it all up to random chance or events, you cannot get a tea. Interestingly enough, in statistics, there is a theorem called the infinite monkey theorem. It basically states that if a monkey were to infinitely type on a typewriter, it can come about any piece of literature, even a book this thick. The problem with that theorem is the only factor that is not mentioned usually: time. The time that it would take that monkey to finish the literature would be far, far, far greater than the age of the whole universe. Let me give you an example. I'm a physicist, so I'm gonna go by that perspective. Imagine if all the protons in the universe were monkeys and they were all typing infinitely on a typewriter from the start of the universe, where the protons came into existence, till the end, whenever it might be. That monkey would still, that probability of that monkey generating a novel even this thick is 1 in 10 of the order 500. That is the probability of success, and the time required of it would be 100,000 of times more than the age of the universe. Do you see the problem with that? You cannot say that everything is statistically probable if given enough time. You can say that in pure mathematical form, but remember, reality does not always coincide with mathematics. There are many important factors such as time that limit that theorem's application. Hence, you have the term rationally probable. It's statistically probable, according to quantum physics, that if you stay in the middle of the road and a truck comes at you at high speed, it can statistically, your atoms and the truck's atoms can align so that you pass through that truck unharmed. That is statistically true. However, tell me, would you ever try out that probability yourself? Of course not. You don't want to die, because it is almost certain rationally certain that you are gonna die if you keep sticking in there and a truck is coming at you at 100 miles an hour. Similarly, this whole universe, the design in the universe, the DNA, the design is so intricate that almost all of the scientific achievement or the scientific inventions are based upon the nature. The aeroplane is based upon the structure of the birds. All of these things, did they came about by random chance? Or a chance that is so small statistically that you won't even risk your life for it? That small chance, mathematical probability, do you think it really came about that? Or do you think a conscious agent brought forth all of this creation? What is more probable, random chance or a designer? Charles Dickens or millions of monkeys writing infinitely on a typewriter? Which is more probable? And this time, instead of concluding myself this argument, I'll let you guys decide which makes more sense to you and to you alone. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next videos. Allah Hafiz.